Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bold Metal Nerd coming at you with another vid. And I'm going to start this video off by doing a shout out to Chris at Dixieland Farm. I'm kind of stealing this idea for a video from him. I don't know. I think at some point he planned on making a video about this topic. Maybe I'm just slightly beating him to the punch. So, Chris, thanks for this idea, if nothing else. If you've read the title, which I'm sure you have, you know this relates to physical media, specifically music, because in a lot of my other videos, I've talked about the benefits of physical media over digital. But in this video, I'm going to specifically ask, what's the importance of like cover art, liner notes, printed lyrics, all that with music? How important is it in this modern age? I'm going to talk about a few different releases and how important I think this stuff is nowadays. I'm going to start off with a release that the whole reason I bought this release back in '89 or so. I bought it originally on cassette. I'll be showing off the vinyl, but I originally bought it on cassette, and because I thought I had an absolutely amazing album cover, and it's the album that led to me being such a heavy metal fanatic. And the album in question, of course, is Master of Puppets, right? I mean, if you just look, I'm sorry I can't show this all off on camera on once. Just so forgive me, guys. I'm too close to the camera to show it off all at once. But I mean, just look at this design. That logo looks amazing. The cemetery with that hands and yeah, I mean, it's just a really flipping awesome, incredibly cool album cover. And, to my 11-year-old self, I was like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. I still think it still looks amazing. I mean, I still find it impressive now. I think this is one of the best album covers ever. So, it really drew me into investigating this music. Obviously, I knew who Metallica was, but I didn't really know what their music sounded like when I bought this. Well, not this, the cassette back in '89. I was like, wow, you know, what it intrigued me. So we're going to kind of review what this comes with, as far as the physical aspect of it goes. So um, basically, this is pretty standard for more or less all of the releases, just depending on how it's packaged. I remember seeing the same contents basically in the cassette and CD versions of this. And of course, we've got basically this is the insert that comes with the record, but we got lyrics and some photos of band members. Naturally, that one of Lars picking his nose. Bring that into the, yeah, I know this is great, awesome camera work, guys. Lars picking in his nose is kind of funny. That's that side, and then of course you got the other side here. Band sitting around goofing off, Cliff giving the finger. Cool stuff, right? And then of course, the lovely liner notes. And I remember, of course, when I got this back in the old days, I didn't immediately read the lyrics when I first listened to this record. I just listened to the music and then, of course, thought it was incredible. Then I listened to it again and read the lyrics along with it, and then I thought the lyrics were incredible as well. So for me, it definitely enhanced the experience quite a bit. And here on the back, just more photos. If you have this album, you're definitely familiar with all this. So there you go. And of course, there's the record itself, just in case you want to see it. Get it. I have it in one of those disc keeper sleeves that I talked about a few videos ago. Fits real well in there. Hooray, right? That's basically, let me go ahead and put this back in the outer cover there. There we go. So that basically covers that release. So for me, the album cover was just, like I said, that was the attraction, right, to the music for me, the initial attraction. And then, of course, the merits of the music obviously speak for themselves on that record, and everything else. And all of the rest of the experience of reading the lyrics, reading the liner notes, looking at the photos, it made me really want to, learn about everything I could about that band, Metallica. So, a few months after I got Master of Puppets, I know I've told the story in a few other videos, but just to summarize, I quickly got Ride the Lightning and Injustice for All, and then that was it for me. Then I moved on. Then I got a bunch of other bands releases, and then it just really snowballed from there. So yeah, I mean, that was hugely important to me. Now I am going to show off a few more examples of physical media, and right now I am going to show off a album that I have that has extremely poor physical media experience with it. And I'm going to talk about this CD, which is Black Sabbath Master of Reality. That's the front, Z back, right? It's not really a lot to this. Now, I bought this in a record store. This isn't like a cheapo release I got from Amazon for like $2 or $3 or whatever. I bought this back in the days. I don't know when I bought this. I think I bought it when I was a teenager or something like that. And this is pretty much what it comes with. There's this, and it's blank on the other side, right? So there's no lyrics, there's no liner notes, nothing like that. And of course, it just comes with a very plain looking, CD, right? But it's not a CDR, so I guess that's something. It's an actual manufactured disc. So, whatever. I'm sure there are better versions of this with liner notes and lyrics and all that. I haven't really researched it much, but that version that I got, pathetic as far as the packaging goes and what it came with and all that. But I was already a pretty big Sabbath fan by the time I got that, and I was just looking to complete the collection. So whatever, it's not a huge deal. It's just that is kind of what I consider the absolute low point of physical media packaging, because there's no flair to it at all. Sorry for that lame term, but you get what I'm saying. Now I'm going to show something that's a bit in the middle as far as what I consider, good or bad media packaging with, oh my God, as far as music goes. And of course, it's going to be another Sabbath record, because why not, right? Boom. This, of course, is Sabbath's self-titled debut. Of course, we got the really cool graphic there of the album cover. I mean, that just looks really cool. And we got the other side, which has some more really kind of continuation of that same artwork. And that looks real nice. It's physically very, pleasing to look at. I have the wrong disc in here. I'm paranoid in there. I've been listening to these records, so I must have just swapped them. But now, as far as what it comes with, as far as the booklet, it's pretty pretty bare bones. It's just this. It's you get a brief bio of the band and song titles and all that. But you get the lovely explanation about the compact disc music system, which I've already read. But you know, this was back when compact disc was high resolution. So there you go. That's kind of in the middle. I mean, I think this was still, I mean, it would have been nice. And again, I'm sure, I know there are deluxe versions of this record too. But it would have been nice if this had came with actual real lyrics and liner notes and all that. But I'm honestly okay with this. This isn't terrible. You know, I obviously, and the music is so good that it's like, you know, whatever. But you know, I don't think I would accept this from like a modern release. Now I'm gonna show you another piece here that is from that's rather modern, and I think it's now this isn't super deluxe, and I showed off some in another one of my videos. I show off some really deluxe CD packaging. This is not super deluxe. This is just, you know, comes in a standard jewel case, but I still think it's worth showing off because I think it's quite good. And this, honestly, I think for bands now, this should be kind of the bare minimum of what we should expect as consumers. And it is this record here. Sanctuary, The Year the Sun Died. Awesome, incredible album. If you've not heard it and you are at all a metal fan, get this. Okay? So that's obviously the front there. We got the back. We got good artwork, you know, on both the front and the back. Opening it up, we got a nice design on the disc itself. And of course, you got the artwork there. And now I'm going to show you the booklet here. We got, you know, we just got different stuff in here. Now let me turn on the light, see if we can get a bit more since this is dark. Try to aim some light there. Looks to be helping a little bit on camera. You get the general idea, guys. It's basically you get the lyrics, you get liner notes, band photo, of course, yada yada yada. You get some artwork. You know, this is nice packaging. Now, it's not outstanding or anything, but this is not a deluxe edition of the album. This is standard edition. You know, retail price I think was like $10 or whatever. So it doesn't have to be out of this world. It's pretty good, and certainly serves a purpose. And I think that's what, like I said, what we would call a base level of physical packaging nowadays. Of course, it's better. Obviously, more is better, right? If it can be more artwork or more deluxe packaging or whatever, it's always nice. But that's pretty good for a base level. So, of course, now we're going to actually talk about the ritual of, you know, sitting down and reading the lyrics and looking at the artwork while you're listening to the music. Because that's kind of the whole point of that packaging, right? It's to, I mean, sitting in the record store, obviously the album cover is supposed to attract you to the record, right? That's the whole point of album art. It's supposed to be like an eye catcher, like, hey, look at me. I'm colorful and neat, and I might have good music on me. Check me out, right? That's kind of the album cover's job. And then, of course, once you get it home and you're listening to it, you read the lyrics. Obviously, that enhances the listening experience. You look at the artwork in the book. It kind of gives you more of a connection to the music while you're listening. But of course, you know, we're talking, do we do this in 2017, right? That's the real question. For me, the answer is sometimes. certainly the vast majority of the time I'm listening to music, I am not, sitting there with the booklet, staring at it, really contemplating it and going over it. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, there are definitely times when I still do that. Do I do it nearly as much as I did when I was, younger? No, absolutely not. I just sadly don't have as much time as I did then. It's just lack of spare time. It's not really lack of desire, it's lack of spare time. And of course, for the generation coming up now, for a lot of people who don't collect this stuff, they're not going to give much of a shit, right? They just want to hear the music. They're not really going to throw themselves into it and give it their full undivided attention. So really, the physical aspects of the media are really only important if you are really immersing yourself in the whole experience. If you're doing that, then I would definitely say it's very important. If you just kind of have it on as background and you're just kind of listening or whatever, obviously not so much. I think it's still important for people who collect this stuff. If you collect physical media, right, if you buy it, I think the physical aspects of it, the artwork, liner notes, lyrics, all that, whatever the packaging is, all those elements I think are very important for people who still buy it. If you don't, or you just have digital files or whatever, you streaming service, yada, 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 you're not going to care. So as far as how important I think it is, it depends. I mean, like I said, are you still going to record stores, looking at album covers, deciding to buy it based on that at all? Do you take it home, open up the book, read the lyrics, and look at the artwork while you're listening to the music? If you're doing those things, then yeah, I would say it's incredibly important, all of those things. If you're not, well, then obviously importance goes down. So it's really kind of open-ended. I guess in this modern age, you could say the importance is diminished somewhat, but I think that's kind of a shame. I think it's really just due to the fact of the modern experience, with the internet and everything, diminishing our attention spans some. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I know I was kind of all over the place. Lots of different points made. I really just want to hear what you guys think. Do you think it's important? Does it not matter? In the middle? Whatever. Anyway, if you like this, as always, thumbs up. If you hate me, thumbs down. Share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time.